Thanks for joining us on the Clarify podcast, where Kelsey and Ben answer any questions that you, the congregation, have texted in. Do you have questions? Are you confused? Let us clarify.
Good morning, Lakeview. We had a Clarify question sent in, and we decided to record it instead of putting someone on stage live. So the question we're going to answer here quickly said, Daryl said that all of Jesus' disciples were men, but what about the women who followed him? Weren't they disciples? Does that mean that only men can be disciples today?
No.
Kelsey, are you a disciple?
I am a disciple.
There we go. I assume I'd have to look back to actually double check. I'm assuming what Daryl meant was like Jesus, the 12 disciples, the 12 apostles.
Yes.
Were all men.
They were like, in the culture of the day, the rabbis or the teachers, they would be sought out by the students that would want to follow them. But Jesus chose his students, which he didn't choose from the pool of people that would have been the ones that the other rabbis would choose from, like the people who showed aptitude in the law and all those things. He chose the fishermen. And so he was doing things radically different, but not so radically different that they weren't 12 men that were going to be his students. And but that doesn't mean that there were lots of other people that followed Jesus. And I think they would also be considered disciples.
To be a disciple of Jesus means to simply be a follower of him, a true believer of Jesus. So anybody who's a true believer of Jesus is a disciple. Mm-hmm. So that includes me, that includes you, all men, all women, all kids who are true believers of Jesus Christ are disciples. Mm-hmm. And so, again, I think Daryl just was talking about the 12 apostles.
Yeah. And Jesus was training them for leadership at that specific time and moving into the age of the new church.
Well, we refer to like the 12 disciples, but like everybody who was following Jesus, there's a passage, about the 70.
Yes.
And so it's not just the 12.
And they were called disciples in the word. Yeah.
Right. And so there were women disciples, just not the inner 12.
Yeah.
So, well, hopefully that answers the question, whoever it was that sent that in. And if you're not already, check out the podcast. We drop it every Wednesday at noon on YouTube and all the podcast platforms out there. So be sure to subscribe. And
please keep submitting your questions to us so we can get you some answers.